And another thing I forgot to mention about DC, fun fact, it's all mumble sauce. A mumble sauce is like a secret sauce for the city, but don't get it twisted because everybody mumble sauce in DC is not the same. So if you come to DC and you go to any little curry out and they give you that bright orange looking mumble sauce, it's not it. It's not. Some of them are, but not all of them. Like everybody mumble sauce, it's a hit or a miss these days. But I never tried the one that they sell in the stores nowadays. I don't know if it's like, I know Jory's on Georgia Avenue mumble sauce, bomb, like mama shit. But most of the Uptown curry outs, I feel like, got the mumble sauce on lock, except for Eddie Lennox. I don't like the mumble sauce. That shit was nasty. But that is a fun fact about DC, like mumble sauce, and then you guys know you get your 3 wings and French fries. Stop playing so much.
I'm really finna make another M. Now tell me how the fuck I'm in the wrong if I don't want the nigga and he still ain't fucking with the bitch. I be working, I make moves in silence. Hoes might never like me and I'm fine with it. Nasty, I'm a real nigga fantasy. I'll drop dead for a broke nigga handle me. Do say, this bitch energy. Y'all little hoes still drinking that Hennessy. Messy, and I'm sick of y'all trying it. Bitch got seats, but ain't never finna buy shit.
Hey y'all, it's Fia and I'm back with another video. Twice in 1 week. Is it me? Am I being consistent? Yes, I am. But as you can tell by the title, in this video I'm going to be doing DC slang. If you didn't know, now you know that I am a Washingtonian, a DC native. You know, I'm from the capital of the United States. Yeah. But so don't play with me. It's like, nah. But in this video I'm basically gonna be doing our slang, like words that we say that other people don't quite understand. So yeah, I have a lot of words, y'all, because at first I couldn't, like, my mind was blank, because it's like, it's hard when you just say this stuff every day. But like, I really like did my extensive research and I have a lot of words, like, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first word I have is guh. Basically, guh is like, I'm frustrated. Like, somebody could do something dumb. You could be like, that just got me guh. Or something could happen. Like, or you could drop your phone. And you could be like, oh, that just got me guh. Like, you know, like, yeah. Number 2. I have like 4 words because I feel like they all mean the same thing. Like, it's basically a person. Like, you're just like, instead of saying the name, you saying it's like Mo, Bob, Joe, son, fool. Like, all that is the same. Like, basically you just like Mo, like you calling out to that person, or like Bob, like what's up, fool, like, or like son, stop playing so much. Like, yeah, like they all go together. I feel like Joe is more like back in the day, like older people thing. Like, yeah, but all that mean the same thing if you ask me. The third one I have on the list is purr. I feel like purr originated in DC because if you didn't know, roller Ray started there. Like, stop playing. The next one I have on the list is mothers. Mothers, not mother, mothers. Whatever. Yeah, so basically, like, mothers mean like you're stamping on something. Like, they could be like, oh, such and such has gotten a fight up the street, and then you be like, oh, what? And they be like, on mothers. Like, on mothers, that happened. Like, you know, like you're stamping it basically on your mother. The next one I have is kill. Basically, kill means like you're in agreement with that person. So you could be like, oh, this food good, and then they could be like, kill, like you're agreeing. Like, yeah. The next one I have on the list is sicing or sice. That basically mean like, sicing mean you're amping something up. Like, yeah, you're sicing it, which I feel like it's self-explanatory. But like, sice mean like you're pressed. Like, oh, you size, like your breast stop. The next one is legs. So basically, I feel like more dudes use this term. Legs is basically like your hoes, your girls, whatever y'all wanna call it, but legs. Like, I went to see my legs. Like, that's more of a male term though, but legs. Next one is geeking. Geeking basically mean like you're doing too much. Like, relax. Yeah, like, or like you was pressed for something. Basically, like the new J's just came out, and you be like, oh, I was geeking for them. Like, The next one is brick. Brick basically mean like a long time. Like, oh, I ain't seen you in a brick, or I ain't been on this side of town in a brick. So basically that's what that mean, like brick, like long time. Next one is jive or jive like. So yeah, like you kinda like jive like, or jive, you're jive like getting on my nerves. You basically kinda like getting on my nerves, like, oh yeah, you jive like, right? Like, yeah, jive like. The next one I have is OC. OC basically mean like out of control, like basically they're self-explanatory, like, oh, that was OC, like some wild stuff could have just happened and you be like, oh, that was so OC. So yeah. Next one I have is crank. Crank basically like that song, like how people be like, that's a bop. To us, crank mean like, oh, that song crank, like it go hard basically. And especially with like go-go, people be like, oh, that song crank, like, or they cranking basically, like their music going hard. So yeah. Next one I have on the list is green. So with green, I don't know, because I feel like it mean like you oblivious to something. Like people be like, oh, Maryland people green to the city, like certain things that happen in the city or something, like, you know, I don't know. That's what that mean to me. But my friend, she felt like green meant something else. So if you from DC and you're watching my video, comment down below and tell me what y'all think green means, because I think it means like you're annoying to something. Like, yeah, like that's what I get out of that. Or like, I feel like green can mean sweet too. Like, I don't know, like you green, like you're dumb. Next one I have is torch. Basically torch mean like bomb. So like they be like, that food was just torch. It was just bomb. Like it was good. Sweet. Sweet basically mean like you sweet, like, or like somebody could hypothetically rob you and then your friends be like, oh, you sweet, like you went like that, like you let that shit happen, like yeah. Another one I have on the list is I'm dead. Like, I don't know, I feel like that started in DC because I only hear DC girls say that. Like, I mean, I feel like now other people saying it, but I feel like that started in DC. Basically, I'm dead mean like I'm dying. Like somebody said something funny and they're like, I'm dead. So yeah. The next one I have is blown. Like, basically like mad. Like that just, I'm blown. Like what? Like you could have went to work and left your phone in the car or something, or at home, and you could be like, I'm blown. Like, you know. Next one I have is throw me off. Basically, that's self-explanatory too. Like somebody could be doing something, you could be like, you're really throwing me off. Like what? Like you're getting on my nerves. Like, watch out. Next one is, oh, but I feel like that's started in DC because I feel like, or even oh, like the way we say oh, like that started in DC. Okay, but basically like oh, like we start off sentences over, or like oh what, but we drag it. So yeah, like it's just like that. I don't know, like you like you gotta be here to understand. You understand? Next one I have is cut. Like basically like I ain't seen you in a minute. You've been in a cut. Like you've been out the way basically. Like yeah. Oh, I had to go in a cut and get myself together. Like yeah. What else? I added it's the blank for me because I feel like that started in DC. I don't know, like you can comment down below and let me know, but I feel like that really started in DC because I didn't hear that until DC girls started saying it. So yeah, I feel like that's the blank for me. Like, oh, it's the for me. Like, yeah, I feel like that started in DC. Also, I got stop playing so much. I don't know what I was about to say, but stop playing so much. Like, I really feel like DC girls drove that in the ground though. Like, stop playing so much. Like, you gotta put your accent behind it. But I don't know, people say we got an accent. I don't really hear it, but I guess you can like You can hear it on some people, like, their accent be deep. Well, I don't even think it's an accent. I think we just drag words, like, yeah. The next one I have on the list is, like, shit. Basically, like, oh, you hating like shit, like, or, like I said, you're pressing shit. Well, no, wait, no, I didn't mean to say that. I'm tired, y'all, my bad. But, basically, like shit, like, yeah. The next one I have is you faking, like, that's self-explanatory too, like, you faking, like, basically, like, you ain't gonna do nothing. The next one I have is 12. That's the cops, like, they be like, 12 coming, like, yeah, well, fuck 12. Hey, that's what that is. Next one I have on the list is tough. Basically, like, you can be like, that jacket tough. Like, basically, it look good. Like, yeah, them shoes tough. Next one I have is luncheon. Luncheon basically mean, like, you tripping. Like, you see somebody doing something wild, you be like, oh, you luncheon. Like, yeah, you tripping. This one is old, along with the next one after it, but chop. Like, people used to be like, girl chop. Like, I guess that mean, like, girl bad. But I don't know, like, that was dumb. I don't even know who came up with that, but that was like back in the day, like, used to say that shit in middle school. And also bang. I feel like people used to say that too, like, oh, they used to do the chop. Like, that's a real bad. That's MySpace days, like. But yeah, and bang, like, girl bang. I guess that mean like girl bye too, so I guess they like run hand in hand, but that was definitely like middle school. Loafing. Basically, loafing mean you faking. Like, stop loafing. Joning. Joning basically mean like you're clowning that person. Like, to me, it's joning. Like, I don't know how to else to explain. Like, basically, like, you going on them, like, talking about them, like, but it's a sport in DC. Like, it's not like off no bully type shit. Like, we both joning, like, we going back and forth, like, yeah, we going back and forth, like, it ain't no, like, you gotta have hard skin, because joning, we joning, yeah. The next one is Bama, and yeah, basically Baltimore people Bamas. Like, let me stop playing with Baltimore, because they be shiesty, but yeah, Bamas, we always call Baltimore people Bamas. They're not even a part of the DMV, like, we don't claim them. I don't even claim the DMV because I'm from DC. Stop playing so much. But whatever. Next one I have on the list is whole time. Basically, that mean, or whole tea. Like, people like whole tea. So you could be telling a story and then you get to like the juicy part. You be like whole time, da 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 da, and you're like, yeah. Next one I have is real live. Like, I feel like that means for real. Like, somebody could be like, such and such this, and you could be like, real life, like, or real life, like, you're getting on my nerves, like real life. Basic, or it could be like I'm letting you know, like, real life, like, yeah, I'm not playing real life. Yeah, like, right now, real life, like, yeah. Boofing basically mean like, you could go on a, like, you could be at a bus stop with somebody smoking a cigarette. You could be like, damn, that shit boofing. Like, it stink. Yeah. Or somebody can boof because they stink. Next is stamp. Basically, like, put that on everything. Like, put that on something. Like, you could be like, I stamp, you're not going to do nothing. Like, yeah. Put that on something. And I feel like stamp and bar go like hand in hand, because bar is the next one I had on the list. Basically, like, you're putting it on something too, like, such and such did something, you be like, bar. Like, yeah, you putting it on something. Janky. I don't know. I feel like other people say that, but that basically mean it's iffy. Like, that call you so that girl janky. I mean, it's iffy, but that's just how I would use it. I don't know. I feel like other people might use it. I don't know. I really don't. But, yeah. Bluffing is my next one. Bluffing basically mean like you're faking. Like, stop bluffing. Like, or like you calling somebody bluff. Basically like you not gonna do nothing. Or like if you know how people be arguing on social media and they're like, oh, I'm calling your bluff, like I meet you right now, I'm calling your bluff, and they all send the address like I'm calling your bluff, like I'm putting you out there, you not gonna do nothing. What else I got? Next one is down bad. Basically meaning like what it say, like oh that, like you could be like, oh I was just down bad, like I need my hair done, I'm down bad, literally, like yeah, down bad. Yeah, basically the next word is yeah. I was using yeah, but whatever. So yeah, it could be used like for anything. Like my little yeah was yeah, like and people in DC would understand what you're saying. Like yeah, it's crazy. You could have a whole little dialogue and just be like yeah, she was yeah and I was yeah, and people would understand what you're saying. That's another one. Big basically mean like you're the laughing stock. It's like nah, let me stop. But basically like if you the big, basically like people going on you. Like you could wear some I don't know, like some fake shit or something, and people be like, oh you the big, because why would you do that? Next one I have is ghost smack. Ghost smack basically mean like shoot your shot. Like, oh, I just went smack at shorty. Or it could mean two things though, because it also could mean like I just went smack at her, like basically like I'm about to fight. Like I went, yeah. So it could mean two things. It can mean like shoot your shot or fighting. So it could mean two things. Excuse me. Bug is the next one. Like I don't know. I don't think nobody really said that anymore, but like people be like, you faking like a mug. Like that sounds so crazy saying it out loud. Like I don't know. Some of these are crazy, but like a mug. Like people say mug, but I don't think nobody said that no more DC. But that's, I don't know if they even came from DC. I don't know. But I remember saying it. Some of these words very much giving me middle school, so I don't know. But yeah. If you still use some of this lingo, comment down below and let the girl know. Interact with me, cause what? We from DC. Ooh, that's a song. It's like that. Next one is sick. Like, oh, I'm sick. Not literally like, but I'm sick. Like, I'm blown. Basically, like something could be happening. Like something could happen. You be like, I'm sick. Like, that just basically like threw me off. It's crazy how I'm using different lingo to explain other lingo. But since the white already said what it was, you should understand what I'm saying, right? We're getting Alright. Next one is clappers. Basically, clappers mean like, oh, like, it could mean she got a big butt, like she got them clappers. Or like, basically like when people be clapping to go, basically mean like dancing. Kind of like twerking, but it'd be like, clappers. Like they got a whole song like clappers, she got in this clappers. So it's like, yeah, like basically she got that. That's what I see. Yeah. The next one I have on the list is Jack. Jack is a cigarette, and that's what they call, I don't know if they call that other places, but that's what DC called it. Like, let me get a Jack. I don't smoke, but it was just something to mention. But yeah, that's what they say, Jack. When I was looking up some stuff, people were saying say less, and I really don't know if that originated in DC, but I thought it was the honorable mention, I guess. Like, basically, like, you would be like, be safe, and they'd be like, say less. Like, there's nothing else than you be safe. Please. Cop basically mean like, if I just had to cop that new such and such just came out, like, basically I had to get it. So yeah, like, that's what cop mean. Glass mean like, ooh, my iPad was about to fall, y'all. Glass basically mean like, if you get into a fight, you be like, oh, I glassed her. Like, basically you popped off first, you stole her, like, you hit her, like, in her shit. The next one basically is go on you. So basically that mean like, I'm about to go on you, like, I'm about to go off. Yeah, Next one I have is lacking. Basically, lacking is like somebody basically caught you off guard, or like if some, you know how like you see somebody in person and not you see them, but they see you, and then they write you on Instagram and be like, oh, I seen you at such and such. That's basically like I caught you lacking. Basically, like I seen you ain't see me, like anything could have happened. I caught you lacking. Or they pull up on the ops and they be like, oh, y'all was lacking. Yeah, like on who? That's my next one. On who? Basically, like I feel like that's snapping too. Basically, like you could be like, I just seen such and such. You be like, oh, who? Like I guess it's like you don't believe them, but you want them to snap it. Like, oh, who? Like what? The next one is spark. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't smoke, but these are honorable mentions. I don't know if this originated in DC, but basically like spark mean like spark you up, like they about to smoke together, whatever. The next one is tee off. That mean basically like pop off, like oh, I'm about to like you know how people be telling a story and they be like, yeah, I teed off on her. Basically, I popped off, like yeah. The next one I have is thought it was, and I don't really think nobody say that no more. This, like I said, some of this is very much given middle school, but like thought it was basically like you thought, like when they say you thought you ate, give me that plate, that's basically what thought it was mean. Like you could be, I don't know, like you could do something and then it don't go your way, and then somebody be like thought it was, like you thought that shit was about to go how you wanted it, and then excuse me. The next one I have is rock. Rock basically mean like you got whooped, like yeah, like they could like you got your shit rocked. Basically, they mean like you got your ass whooped, or I rock shorty shit, like I whooped her ass. Next one is fiending. Or you a fiend, like I don't know. I feel like people say this other places too, but like you fiending basically like you geeking, like yeah, you're fiending. I feel like that's like you're geeking too. I feel like we just got a lot of words for different things that all mean the same thing. Maybe because it's like different generations too, like yeah. Next one is perping. Basically, perping mean you're faking, like oh, what's that song? Stop perping. You ain't from DC. You from Maryland. Like, stop faking. Yeah. Because a lot of people be faking like they from DC and they from Maryland. It's okay, baby. Rap your sad. Next one is bush. Bush is old too. Like, I feel like bush mean champ. Like, you could go to like a function or something and then they be like, this bush, like this shit dry. No. The next one I have on my list is bump. So basically like you could be like, that was some good bump, like that was a good fight, like yeah, like, or she gave me some good bump, like she gave me a run for my money when we got in a fight. So yeah, like that was some good bump. The next one I have is glizzy. Now glizzy is famous now, I feel like, but that shit originated in DC. Don't get it misconstrued. Like, it's just like here. Glizzy basically can mean a hot dog or can mean a gun. No funnies. I feel like no funnies is DC way of saying dead ass. Like no funnies. Like you could be saying something serious and people probably think you playing, but you like no funnies. Like shit ain't funny. I'm serious. Next one is off bucks. I feel like that's old as well. Nobody really says that. But off bucks basically mean like, how can I use it? How can I use off bucks? Like off bucks, like it's crazy because I'm saying like off bucks, like y'all supposed to understand what I'm saying. Like basically like it could mean like I don't know how to put it, like off bucks. Cause no, I don't know. Off bucks, like that's a word from us. I don't know how to use it. Like I mean, I know how to say it, like, but I don't know how to, like, explain it. Like, basically, that mean, like, off bucks, like, right now, like, I don't know, like, I can't really explain it, like, it's weird. Next one is spank. Basically, like, they be like, spank them, or like basically, like, I think, like, you could have, like, bid on somebody and they be like, oh, they just spanked me, like, it sounds crazy, but yeah, like, spank them. So yeah, that's one too. The next one I have on my list is slide through. I don't know, like, if that's like just the DC term, or like, I feel like people say that everywhere, but that's just, but people be like, yeah, I'm gonna slide through, like, I feel like that could be like a DC term too. And then I think the last one on my list is you. Some people say you are stolen cars, but that shit could be like a little broken down little, like, you got from the auction, like, yeah, me and my little you. Yeah, like my little rust bucket, basically. Sure. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, I went through all of them. I feel like I explained a lot. But like I said, that's some of all DC lingo. I don't know. I feel like some of them could have came from other places. But like I said, for the most part, I feel like all this originated in DC because this is what my people be saying. So yeah. And like I said, I feel like we got an accent. I don't know. It's weird. Some people, you can really hear it, but like when people say I got an accent, I don't think I have an accent. I just feel like it's the way we pronounce our words that make people feel like we have an accent. Like, I don't know, but yes, that was my little spill on the DC lingo. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you come back for my next video. Cause what? Cause I'm from DC. It's like, nah. That was champ. See, look, and now you know what that means, because I just told you. And if you don't know, go back and watch it again. But thank you for watching my video. If you made it this far, like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.
Hoes hate me 'cause I'm the it girl. I ain't never asked to be the shit girl. Don't call me sis 'cause I'm not your sister. You really need to come and get your mister. Seen all my ops linked up in a picture. Everybody look busted, injured.